Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon when you are watching this video lecture. Now let us move on to solving some of the questions given at the end of the chapter. Though MCQs will not be given particularly in the examination of financial management, they can be useful for testing our knowledge and practice, also understanding the conceptual aspects of the chapter. So let us quickly go through them also. Question number 1. Given that operating fixed costs are 20,000 rupees, sales is 1 lakh rupees, PV ratio is 40%, how much is the operating leverage? Okay, first point, we should know the formula. Operating leverage is contribution divided by EBIT. How much is contribution? Sales multiplied with PV ratio will give us contribution directly. That comes to 40,000. Divided by EBIT. So EBIT will be contribution minus fixed cost. So that will be 40,000 minus 20,000. That is 20,000. So naturally, operating leverage will be 2. That's it. Second question. If EBIT is 15 lakhs, interest is 2 lakhs 50,000 rupees, corporate tax rate is 40%, degree of financial leverage is how much? Formula once again. EBIT divided by EBT. So 15 lakhs divided by EBT will be 12 lakhs 50,000 because interest is 2 lakh 50,000. So 12 lakh 50,000 is EBT. Tax rate is irrelevant here. So 15 lakhs divided by 12 lakh 50,000 will give us 1.2 is the financial leverage. Then third question. If operating leverage is 1.24, financial leverage is 1.99, combined leverage will be how much? Simply multiplication of both. 1.24 multiplied with 1.99, 2.4676, that is 2.47. That is third question. Fourth question, direct question. Operating leverage is calculated as what? Contribution divided by EBIT. So A is the correct answer. Fifth question, financial leverage is calculated as what? EBIT by EBT. That is this B. PBT, EBT both are same. So EBIT by EBT is the financial leverage. Which of the following is correct? Combined leverage is equal to multiplication of operating leverage and financial leverage. So for sixth question, C will be the correct answer. Seventh question, which of the following indicates business risk? Business risk is naturally operating leverage. So A is the correct answer. Then degree of combined leverage is the fraction of what? Percentage change in EPS and percentage change in sales. So where is that correct one? B. Percentage change in EPS on percentage change in sales. That is the formula for degree of combined leverage, direct question. Again, ninth question. From the following information, calculate combined leverage. Combined leverage formula here we can definitely use directly. Contribution by EBIT multiplied with EBIT by EBT, that means contribution by EBT will be the formula for combined leverage. So contribution how much? That can be found out easily. So if variable cost percentage is 40%, naturally PV ratio will be 60%. 60% on sales is contribution, that will be 12 lakhs. From that, if you deduct fixed cost, you will get EBIT, that will be 2 lakhs EBIT, but that is not what we want. From that, you have to deduct interest also. Interest is how much? 10 lakhs 8% means 80,000. So what is EBT? 1 lakh 20,000. So 12 lakhs divided by 1 lakh 20,000, that will be 10 times. So correct answer is A. That is ninth question. Then 10th question says operating leverage is a function of which of the following factors? Naturally, contribution margin and EBIT. Which one is there here? B. That is contribution margin. So for 10th question, correct answer will be B. Then 11th question, Financial leverage may be defined as what? Use of funds with a fixed cost in order to increase EPS. Financial leverage ultimate objective is EPS. So use of funds with fixed cost means what? Use of debt with an objective of increasing EPS, in other words, increasing return on equity. So C will be correct answer for question number 11. Then 12th question, look at this carefully. Margin of safety 0.25, of course, understand this as margin of safety ratio. So margin of safety ratio 1.25 means, first thing first we should know, degree of operating leverage is 1 divided by margin of safety ratio. So 1 divided by 0.25 means 4 times is the degree of operating leverage. And there is an 8% increase in output. So percentage change in EBIT, again, not EBIT, it is percentage change. Percentage change in EBIT divided by percentage change in sales or quantity, that is operating leverage, that is equal to 4. So question is, EBIT will be how much increased? 4 into 4, because percentage change in sales is 8%, sorry 8 into 4. So here percentage change in EBIT will be how much? Denominator is 4, resultant is 4, cross multiplication, again denominator is not 4, denominator is 8%. 8% is the increase in sales, percentage change in sales, that is equal to 4 times. Percentage change in EBIT will be how much? 8 multiplied with 4, that will be increase of 32%, increase. So because output also increased, EBIT also will increase, same direction, by 32%. So 12th question answer will be B. Then if degree of financial leverage is 3, 15% increase is there in earnings per share, then EBIT will be what? Same thing. What is this formula first? Percentage change in EPS divided by percentage change in EBIT, that is equal to degree of financial leverage, which is 3, which is given here. 15% increase in EPS is given. So 15% divided by 3 will be the percentage change in EBIT. That will be what? 5%. Naturally, if one increases, other also increases when the leverage is positive. So here leverage is positive, which is 3 times. So increase in EPS means increase in EBIT would have happened by 5%. So correct answer for 13th question will be D. 14th question, when EBIT is much higher than the financial break-even point, then the degree of financial leverage will be slightly, naturally, more than 1. So 14th question answer will be C. Firm with higher operating leverage will have higher break-even point, yes, not lower business risk, higher business risk, so that is wrong. C, D are wrong. So 15th question answer is only A. When sales is yet break-even point, exactly, then degree of operating leverage will be how much? So that will be infinite. Why? When sales are happening exactly at break-even point, that means the EBIT is going to be 0. Why? Because the contribution will be equal to fixed cost. That is what is break-even point. At break-even point, contribution will be equal to fixed cost. Contribution minus fixed cost is EBIT, that is 0. So when that is 0, and in the formula contribution divided by EBIT, if you substitute 0 in the denominator, that is not possible to define, that is infinite. So 16th question answer is B. 17th question, combined leverage is 3, margin of safety is 0.5, degree of financial leverage is asked. Again, margin of safety here is margin of safety ratio. 1 by 0.5 will give us 2 times, that is degree of operating leverage. This multiplied with whatever degree of financial leverage is, that should be 3. That means degree of financial leverage should be how much? Financial leverage should be 3 divided by 2. That means 1.5. So correct answer will be D. So these are for practice and understanding of the formula and concepts of leverages. And theory questions can also be asked like this. Very, very popular question. Differentiate between business risk and financial risk. And same thing as we already discussed, operating risk is associated with the cost structure, financial risk is associated with capital structure. Explain. And what is the concept of financial leverage particularly, and how can you justify the statement that financial leverage is a double-edged sword. These are the theory questions also which can be expected from this chapter. But most probably, most of the times the questions will be 5 marks questions which will be asked from this chapter. Let us go through them one by one. But I told you already, in the examination your presentation has to be more elaborate. But here we will solve them using the formula mostly directly. But in examination you have to write the formula, then substitute, then only you should indicate the answers and show the calculations step by step carefully. More elaborate answering is required in the examinations. Full marks will be obtained then. Straight away getting the answer is possible, but 5 marks will not come for that. That is why you need to justify that 5 marks with a proper presentation. That is also equally important. Now let us look at some of the questions given at the end of the chapter, which can be very well asked in the examinations. Similar type of questions have been asked earlier also. First question, from the following information extracted from the books of accounts of IMAX Limited, calculate percentage change in earnings per share if sales increase by 10%. First of all, we should know which leverage tells us about this relationship. Percentage change in EPS and percentage change in sales. Which leverage tells us about it? That is degree of combined leverage, which tells us about it. So if we can find out degree of combined leverage, we can easily tell by how much percentage the EPS will change if the sales increase by 10%. For that purpose, we need data which is given. Fixed operating cost is 1,57,500 and other information is given. Earnings before interest and tax is 31,50,000. Earnings before tax is 14 lakhs. You have to put that in the right format first of all, because we need one thing only, one full statement. If we can draw, if at all, wherever possible, with whatever data available, if we can draw that, that will give us everything. So sales minus variable cost, that will give us contribution, minus fixed cost, that will give us EBIT, minus interest, that will give us EBT. So first thing first, we have to be very clear with our objective. Objective here is to find out combined leverage. Combined leverage formula is contribution divided by EBT. So do we need everything? We don't need everything. We need contribution, we need EBT, that is earnings before tax. These two things only are required. EBT is already given, that is 14 lakhs. EBIT is also given, that is 31 lakhs 50,000. So naturally, how much should be interest? Though we don't need it, should be how much? Remaining amount, that is 17 lakhs 50,000 should be interest. Then fixed costs are given also, 1,57,500. Then naturally contribution should be how much? 31,50,000 EBT plus fixed cost. We are doing reverse calculation. So 31,50,000 plus 1,57,500 will be 33,07,500. That is contribution. Do we know anything about variable cost? Nothing is given. Sales amount? Nothing is given. So we cannot find out. That's all. This is enough. What is required for us? That only is enough. What is required? Here contribution is required. EBT is required. Both are there. Just substitute in the formula. 33,07,500 divided by 14 lakhs. Contribution divided by EBT. 33,07,500 divided by 14 lakhs. That will be 2.3625 times. What is this? Degree of combined leverage. But the same degree of combined leverage has another formula also. Percentage change in EPS divided by percentage change in sales. We don't know any sales absolute amount, but we know percentage change. That is equal to same 2.3625 as we calculated it with using another formula. So we could calculate degree of combined leverage using one formula, and using that we can substitute in another formula wherein we want this percentage change in EPS. How to get that? Cross multiplication. 2.3625 multiplied with percentage change in sales. How much was the percentage change in sales? That is given as 10%. So if sales increase by 10%, how much EPS will increase by? 23.625%. That is the answer. 23.625. That's it. So if we check that, that is exactly the correct answer here. 23.625% EPS will be increased by that much. That is the question number 1. Then second question. Consider the following information for Mega Limited. Production level is 2,500 units. Contribution per unit is already given. Operating leverage and combined leverage are given. Tax rate is given. What is required is compute earnings after tax. So again, we have to be thorough with the formula and substitute in the formula relevant ones. So if at all we have this 2,500 units of number of units, contribution per unit is 150. That means total contribution is how much? That can be easily first found out. 2,500 multiplied with 150, that comes to 3,75,000. That is what? Total contribution. Operating leverage is given as 6 times. What is the formula for operating leverage? Contribution by EBIT. That is equal to 6. That means EBIT will be how much? Contribution divided by 6. 3,75,000 divided by 6. So how much will that be? 62,500. What is this? EBIT. Earnings before interest and tax. Then we don't know financial leverage directly, but we can find it out. Why? How? Degree of combined leverage is equal to degree of operating leverage multiplied with financial leverage. That is equal to 24. If operating leverage is 6, naturally, how much will be financial leverage? 4. So financial leverage is 4. Degree of financial leverage is 4. What is the formula for degree of financial leverage? EBIT divided by EBT. EBIT we know 62,500 divided by EBT, that is equal to 4, which means EBT is how much? 62,500 divided by 4, that will be 15,625 rupees. That is earnings before tax. Tax rate is 30%. So 30% tax if you deduct from that, that comes to around 4,688, let us say. What will be the profit after tax? That is 10,937, let us say, or 38, whatever. That is the profit after tax. That's what is asked. Earnings after tax is asked. 10,937 or 38. That is the correct answer. 10,938. That was question number 2. Then question number 3. From the following information, prepare income statement of companies A and B. Very popular question, 5 marks question. Like these three companies are also given a couple of times. But whatever it is, from the information given, we should be able to prepare the income statement of companies A and B. Third question. So income statements will not be printed. We have to prepare them, and naturally computations have to be done and shown in the working notes. A and B. We don't have any items here directly, but we have to fill this same format. Sales minus variable cost, that should be equal to contribution, minus fixed cost, that should be equal to EBIT, minus interest, that should be equal to EBT, right? Tax rates are given, so minus tax will give us profit after tax, earnings after tax, profit after tax, net profit, whatever you call it. That's what is only asked. Whatever is asked, that we have to find out. In this, what is the only thing that we know? That is interest. This is the only thing in the form of amounts that we know. Fill that here, 3,000 and 2,000. That is the only thing that we know. Now, from this, can we find out EBIT and EBT? Yes, we can. How? That can be found out by using the relationship between EBIT and EBT, which is depicted by financial leverage. For company A, financial leverage will be how much? Degree of financial leverage will be EBIT divided by EBT. That is equal to 4 times. That means EBIT is equal to 4 times of EBT, isn't it? But what is the difference between EBIT and EBT? Interest. So EBIT minus interest is equal to EBT. Substitute in the form of, in the place of EBIT, this 4 times of EBT. 4 times of EBT minus interest, 3,000 for company A. That is equal to EBT. So if you bring the EBT to the other side, 3 times of EBT is equal to 3,000. That means EBT is equal to 1,000. That is how we have to solve it. EBT is 1,000. Now we have 1,000 EBT. That means naturally EBIT should be how much? 4,000. So EBIT by EBT 4 times, same thing. For company A, we did like this. Same way for company B also can be done. Degree of financial leverage for company B is how much? 3 times. Again, which means EBIT is equal to 3 times of EBT. Again, which means 3 times of EBT minus interest, which is 2,000, is equal to EBT. 2 times of EBT is equal to 2,000, taking to the other side. Again, which means EBT is 1,000. So EBT for company B also is 1,000, incidentally, not necessarily. But here also it is 1,000. But how much would have been EBIT? 3,000. Then only 3 by 1, that is 3 times of financial leverage was there. So EBIT we got, EBT we got. By the way, we can even already directly calculate tax rate also. Tax rate 45 means 450 is the tax. So naturally 550 is the profit after tax. But the statement is not full, not yet complete. We have to still continue with this. Now, other things are given like margin of safety is given 0.2 and 0.25. Margin of safety once again has to be understood as margin of safety ratio. So margin of safety 0.2 means for company A, degree of operating leverage will be 1 divided by 0.2, that is 5. For company B, 1 divided by 0.25, that will be 4. What is this? Degree of operating leverage. Then again, you know the formula for operating leverage. Operating leverage formula is contribution divided by EBIT. For company A, that is equal to 5. How much will be contribution? 5 times of EBIT. How much is EBIT for company A? That we know already. 4,000. 5 times of 4,000 is 20,000 is the contribution. We have that for company A. That means naturally fixed cost should be how much? 16,000. Balancing figures will automatically emerge. So 20 minus 16 only 4, right? That is why 16,000 is fixed cost for company A. Same way for company B. For company B, degree of operating leverage is 4 times. 4 times. So how much will be contribution for company B? 4 times of its EBIT, whatever it is. 4 times of its EBIT. How much is EBIT for company B? 12,000. So contribution will be 4 times of that, means 12,000. That means automatically the fixed cost for company B is 9,000. So we have got fixed cost also. We got contribution also. Now, still the statement is not complete. For that purpose, PV ratio is given. PV ratio is 25% and 33.33%. Now we should understand contribution is nothing but sales multiplied with PV ratio. That formula should be remembered from costing. So contribution is sales multiplied with PV ratio. If you want sales, we can get contribution divided by PV ratio. So 20,000 divided by PV ratio of A is 25% means 0.25. That gives a sales of 80,000. For company B, 12,000 divided by 0.333333, that comes around 36,000. That's all. Naturally, variable cost is going to be 60,000, and naturally here variable cost is going to be 24,000. Now is the statement complete? Yes, that is the answer. Direct question. Such kind of questions have been asked earlier also. So we have to break the chain one by one. Whatever the information we know, that first we have to fill. Breaking the chain will not happen in the brain. It has to be done on paper. So interest we know. That is the difference between EBIT and EBT. And link between EBIT and EBT is financial leverage. From that we can find out how much is EBT from how much is EBIT. Then link between EBIT and contribution is operating leverage. Though operating leverage is not directly given, we can find it out by taking another formula, 1 divided by margin of safety ratio. From that, we can find out how much is contribution. Automatically fixed cost will be coming as balancing figure. Since PV ratio is given, we can find out sales. Then variable cost becomes balancing figure. Tax rate is given, EBT is known, profit after tax can be also easily found out. So the sales are like this, same exactly, 80,000 and 36,000. Variable cost 60 and 24. Contribution is 20 and 12. Fixed cost 16 and 9. EBIT 4,000, 3,000. Interest is 3,000, 2,000. Then EBT is same, 1,000. Tax is same. Profit after tax also is same. So that is the final answer. But working notes has to be clearly shown. All the calculations have to be presented well also in order to obtain full marks. That was question number 3. Next. Question number 4. The capital structure of PS Limited for the year ended 31st March 2020 consisted as follows. Equity share capital of 10 lakhs with a face value of 100 rupees each. Automatically means there are 10,000 equity shares. That is first point. That might be important and useful because if we want to calculate EPS, that will be required. Just immediately in our brain we can say, okay, 10,000 equity shares are there, number of equity shares. Debentures 10 lakhs is there, number of debentures is not that important, amount is only important, but interest rate is important. So how much is interest here? 10% debentures 10 lakhs means 1 lakh rupees interest is there. That can be construed, that can be interpreted from that. So 10,000 number of equity shares are there, 1 lakh rupees of interest is there. That can be seen from the capital structure of this company. During this year, sales decreased to 1 lakh units as compared to 1,20,000 units in the previous year. However, selling price stood at 12 rupees per unit, variable cost at 8 rupees per unit for both the years. Fixed expenses were 2 lakhs rupees per annum. Income tax rate is 30%. This is the data given. Now, you are required to calculate the following. Degree of financial leverage at both levels and degree of operating leverage at both the levels and percentage change in EPS. So this is the question. Simply we can have all the data available and same way format we can just use. But 2 years here, not 2 companies, 2 different years. Let us say 2019-20 is the current year, and naturally earlier to that last year will be 2018-19. Though it is not given, naturally that's what is going to be the financial year which is prior to this. Now sales now 1 lakh units, earlier 1,20,000 units, but selling price is same 12. So current year sales will be how much? 12 multiplied with 1 lakh means 12 lakhs. Last year sales would have been how much? 12 multiplied with 1,20,000, which means 14 lakhs 40,000. Then variable cost, totals we are talking. You may say We can calculate contribution directly now. We know contribution per unit. Yes, we know we can calculate, but it's only for a better presentation and elaborate computations have to be shown. That is what I have been talking about. Answers won't get the full marks. Solution, presentation, working notes will give the full marks. This is not an MCQ based examination. This is not foundation or any MCQ type questions. So these are descriptive questions, means you have to elaborate. Elaborate does not mean you waste time. You have to just show with good, proper presentation, which is nothing but in a statement format, wherever possible. So variable cost will be per unit 8 rupees. That has not changed. But in this year, because 1 lakh units are there, number of units is this. Now, and earlier year, it was 1,20,000 units. This can be written on top of it also. Or within the statement also with a double line, so that it does not mix with other numbers. This is not rupees, this is number of units. So 1 lakh into 8 means naturally 8 lakhs rupees was the variable cost in the current year. Earlier would have been how much? 1,20,000 into 8 means 9,60,000 rupees would have been the variable cost last year. So naturally, how much is the contribution? I have to write full forms in the exam. Contribution total we are talking 4 lakhs and 4,80,000. From that, fixed cost, we take it out. Fixed cost 2 lakhs was mentioned here. Wherever a deduction is there, better to show it as bracket so that there won't be any mistakes in the calculation. 2 lakhs fixed cost. So naturally, EBIT is how much? 2 lakhs and 2,80,000. Now, interest. Interest we know already, 1 lakh. So, what will be the resultant? EBT 1 lakh and 1,80,000. Then tax. Tax rate is given as 30%. So 30,000 and 54,000. Profit after tax will be 1,26,000 last year, 70,000 this year. But this is also not enough. He has asked percentage change in EPS also. So let us find out EPS also. Since there is no preference share capital, divided by number of equity shares, which is 10,000, automatically gives EPS. So 7 rupees is the EPS. And last year it was 12.6 rupees. That's it. This is the full-fledged income statement. From the data given only we have prepared it. Now everything can be calculated, whatever is asked. Degree of financial leverage for both the levels he has asked. So degree of financial leverage, first answer. Formula. EBIT divided by EBT. 2 lakhs divided by 1 lakh. 2. You have to show that in the exam. Then 2,80,000 divided by 1,80,000. 1.55. That is degree of financial leverage. Done. That is first question. Degree of operating leverage at both levels. Degree of operating leverage formula is contribution divided by EBIT. Contribution 4 lakhs divided by 2 lakhs. Contribution divided by EBIT 4 by 2. That is again 2. And last year it was 4,80,000 divided by 2,80,000. That was 1.71. That's it. That is the second question. Third question, percentage change in EPS. This can be done in multiple ways because you know how much is EPS already, how much change happened. New by old minus 1. New is 7, old is 12.6. Be careful. So 7 divided by 12.6 minus 1. That gives minus naturally. Minus 44.4%. That is the decrease in EPS because of a decrease in sales by how much percentage? If at all. 20,000 divided by 1,20,000 means 0.166. In other words, 16.66 or 67. So that has resulted in a decrease in the EPS by 44.4%. So final answers are financial leverage 1.56 and 2. Of course, we did first current year and then last year. So 2 and 1.56 financial leverage, 2 and 1.71, and percentage change in EPS or percentage decrease in EPS is 44.4. That is the answer for question number 4. Then moving on to question number 5. Sales revenue of TM Excellence Limited, whatever it is, at the rate of 20 rupees per unit of output is 20 lakhs rupees. See, 20 lakhs rupees sales revenue at 20 rupees per unit means how many number of units they might be selling? 1 lakh units, just for reference, not necessary it will be useful or not. At the present level of output, degree of operating leverage of the company is 2.5. The company does not have any preference shares. The number of equity shares are 1 lakh. Applicable corporate income tax rate is 50%. Rate of interest on debt capital is 16% per annum. What is the EPS? That means at sales revenue of 20 lakhs and the amount of debt capital of the company, if a 25% decline in the sales will wipe out EPS. Wipe out EPS means ultimately that will be not at all having any EPS, zero EPS it will become. That means earnings after tax will be zero. That means earnings before tax also will be zero. So how much will be the EPS? What is the EPS? And the amount of debt capital of the company if a 25% decline of sales will wipe out EPS. So what is asked is normally what is EPS now and what is the amount of debt capital. So that's what is asked. How much is debt? We don't know. That's what we have to find out. What is the current EPS? That also we don't know. But one thing we know is if there is a 25% decline in the sales, that will completely wipe out, means make EPS as zero. It can be simply found out as well. Let us just say, just for understanding purposes, currently 20 lakhs is the sales revenue. Imagine if there is a decline of 25% in sales. So 20 lakhs becomes what? Minus 25% means it becomes 15 lakhs. That is sales, right? Contribution will change naturally. Currently contribution is 10 lakhs, which means PV ratio is 50%, which means variable cost to sales ratio is also 50%. That means if sales go and become 15 lakhs, variable cost will become 7,50,000. Contribution also will become 7,50,000, right? From that, if at all, the fixed costs are taken out, which are not given, then what we'll get is EBIT. From that, interest, if it is taken out, that will give us EBT. From that, tax, if we take out, that will give us earnings after tax or profit after tax. And according to this, wipe out EPS means what? Profit after tax is zero. Then only EPS will be zero. That means tax is also zero. That means EBT is also zero. But how much are fixed costs? That we don't know. That can be computed separately. At the current level of operations, it is mentioned that operating leverage is 2.5. So what is operating leverage normally? Operating leverage is contribution divided by EBIT. That is equal to 2.5. That is at current level of operations, not the new one. What we are calculating is new one. So how much will be EBIT? Naturally, contribution divided by 2.5. And contribution currently is 10 lakhs. That divided by 2.5 means what? That will be 4 lakhs. What is this 4 lakhs? EBIT currently. Simple. When contribution is 10 lakhs, EBIT is 4 lakhs. How much would be fixed cost? 6 lakhs. Naturally, fixed costs are going to be 6 lakhs. They will not change. So they will be same 6 lakhs here also. So when we have fixed cost as same here, naturally EBIT is supposed to be 1,50,000, 750 minus 6 lakhs, 1,50,000. When EBIT is 1,50,000 now, under the new circumstances where the sales went down by 25%, how much will be interest? That will be 1,50,000 naturally. It has to be 1,50,000. So then only EBIT will be 0, right? Then only profit after tax will be 0. So interest 1,50,000 at what rate? 16% per annum. So 1,50,000 is equal to whatever debt that is, that multiplied with 16%. So how much is debt? Simple. 1,50,000 divided by 0.16. That will be 9,37,500. That is one answer. What is one answer? How much is the debt capital of the company? That is 9,37,500. So whatever the final resultant is, for this 6 lakhs is the fixed cost. Amount of debt is 9,37,500. That is one of the answers. Now EPS is also asked. EPS is asked means at the current level. So that can be computed. How? Same way. Now currently we know contribution is 10 lakhs. Fixed cost will remain same, 6 lakhs. So 4 lakhs will be what? Currently EBIT, we know this also already 4 lakhs straight away. From that, interest is going to be same, right? That is not going to change. When the debt is 937,500, interest is going to be the same. So 2,50,000 is going to be EBT. Tax rate is given as 50%. So 1,25,000 is the tax. So profit is 1,25,000. That is available to equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares, which is 1 lakh. So the EPS currently would have been 1.25 per share. That is the answer. So these can be done with formula also directly, no problem. Or we can simply do like a statement also. Since it is given that a 25% decline in EPS sales will wipe out EPS, we can find out reverse calculation, taking profit as 0. Naturally tax will be 0, EBT will be 0. Then how much could be the EBIT? Then how much could be the fixed cost? And sales variable cost contribution we already know. Remaining things can only be filled in when we find out fixed cost. Fixed cost currently will be same. Decline after decline of sales also will be same. So currently fixed cost is 6 lakhs. If you take that, EBIT will be 1,50,000. Naturally interest has to be 1,50,000 so that EBIT becomes 0. So two things are guaranteed standard, whether it is at current level or later. Those are these two things. These two things. One is fixed cost, which is fixed in nature, operating cost. Second one is interest, that is also fixed in nature. 6 lakhs and 1,50,000 won't change. Only remaining things keep on changing. So keeping that logic, by statement also this can be solved, or even by using formulae as given in the solution also, it can be done. Either way, ultimately the answer should be correct. That is the fifth question. Moving on to sixth question. Betatronics Limited has the following balance sheet and income statement information. So there is a balance sheet given, fixed assets, current assets on the asset side, equity share capital, debt and retained earnings, and current liabilities on the liability side. Then income statement is also given, sales minus operating expenses, EBIT will come, less interest, EBT will come, less taxes, earnings after tax will come. What is required here? First point, degree of operating, financial and combined leverages at the current sales level if all operating expenses other than depreciation are variable costs. All operating expenses are variable cost, only depreciation is fixed cost. Then what? That is the question. Operating, financial and combined leverages. Then second one, if total assets remain at same level but sales increase by 20% or decrease by 20%, compute the EPS at new sales level. If you want to find out EPS at new sales level, first of all, we should know the EPS currently. That is first point. But anyway, we'll come to the second bit later. First, let us find out operating, financial and combined leverages using the formula straightforward. So, this is question number 6. Operating leverage, contribution divided by EBIT. How much is contribution? That is not given directly, but indirectly information is given that out of this operating expenses, 60,000 is depreciation. Naturally, 60,000 is remaining, which is variable. Other than depreciation, everything else is variable. So 3,40,000 sales minus 60,000 variable cost means contribution will be 2,80,000 divided by EBIT is known, that is 2,20,000 as given already. So 280 divided by 220, that will be 1.273, let us say. That is degree of operating leverage. Then degree of financial leverage, formula EBIT divided by EBT. Both are there. 2,20,000 divided by EBT, 1,60,000. So 220 divided by 160, 1.375. Degree of combined leverage, directly we can use the formula contribution divided by EBT. Contribution divided by EBT. That means 28 divided by 16. 2,80,000 divided by 1,16,000. That comes to around 1.75. This is degree of combined leverage. Now the question asks, when there is an increase of sales by 20% or decrease of sales by 20%, how will be the new EPS? For that, we can use combined leverage because sales percentage change and EPS percentage change are represented by the relationship between them is represented by combined leverage. So 1.75 is the combined leverage. What is the formula for combined leverage? Another formula, percentage change in EPS divided by percentage change in sales. That is equal to 1.75. So percentage change in EPS will be how much? Whatever it is, 20% plus or 20% minus, plus to plus, minus to minus, but 20% multiplied with 1.75. So if sales percentage change is 20, 1.75 multiplied with that means 35% EPS will change, but that is not the answer. What is this? Compute the earnings per share is asking. 35% plus 35% minus it will be. From what? From the original level. Original level EPS we don't know directly. We have to find out. Earnings after taxes is there. Are there preference share capital? No, there is no preference share capital. So don't worry about that. Earnings after tax divided by number of equity shares will give us EPS. 1,04,000 divided by 80,000 number of shares. That can be found out from the balance sheet because face value 10 rupees, share capital is 8 lakhs. That means definitely 80,000 is the number of shares. So 1,04,000 divided by 80,000 number of shares. That is 1.3 is the EPS currently. Now, first case 20% increase. So 1.3 becomes how much? 1.3 plus 35%. That becomes 1.755. Second case 20% decrease. 20% decrease in sales. How much will be percentage change in EPS? 35% decrease naturally. So again start with 1.3 minus 35%. That will become 0.845. That is the answer for B bit. So when the sales increase, what happens? When the sales decrease, what happens? That's what is given. So what is the new EPS? First case when sales increase 1.76 or 1.755. The second case 1.85 or 1.845. Whatever the way it may be. Once again, here we have used a formula. The answer has used statement. Either way we should be able to do. That is why we are doing other than what has been already shown in the ICA material. Either way it can be done. Answer should be same. Next. Question number 7. The company had the following balance sheet as on 31st March 2020. Equity share capital, reserves and surplus, debentures, current liabilities, all rupees in crores, fixed assets, current assets are there. And other information is also given. Fixed cost per annum, excluding interest, means operating fixed cost is 4 crores. Variable operating cost ratio is 65% immediately. PV ratio will be 35%. Total assets turnover ratio is 2.5. We should know the formula for total assets turnover ratio. Sales divided by total assets. That is 2.5, which means sales will be how much? 2.5 times of total assets. 2.5 times of 20 will be 50. So sales are 50 crores. So that is an indirect information that is given. Income tax rate is 30%. Compute what? EPS, operating leverage, financial leverage, combined leverage. Simple. First thing first, let us find out EPS. For that purpose, again, for getting full marks, better to use full-fledged statement format, starting with sales. How to get sales? We already got, that has to be shown in working notes, which is now 50 crores, all crores we are talking. Now variable cost is 65% of it, so 50 multiplied with 65% means 32.5 crores. So contribution is 17.5 crores. Then fixed costs. Fixed cost other than interest is 4 crores, that is given. So EBIT will be 13.5 crores less interest. Interest will be how much? 15% debentures on 10 crores means 1.5 crores. That means EBT will be 12 crores. Tax rate is 30%. So 30% of 12 crores will be 3.6 crores. So 12 crores minus 3.6. 8.4 crores is what? That is the earnings available to equity shareholders. Profits available to equity shareholders or earnings available to equity shareholders. 8.4 crores divided by number of equity shares. So 50 lakhs shares. 50 lakhs means 0.5 crores. So 8.4 divided by 0.5 is 16.8 rupees is the EPS, earnings per share. That is 16.8 rupees. That's all. That is the answer for first question. Then operating leverage, straight formula. Contribution divided by EBIT. 17.5 divided by 13.5. Operating leverage will be how much? This is first question. Operating leverage, degree of operating leverage, 1.3 we can say approximately. Then financial leverage formula. EBIT divided by EBT. 13.5 divided by 12. That is the advantage of having everything in one shot at one place. 1.125 financial leverage. Then fourth one, combined leverage formula. Directly we can say contribution divided by EBT. So 17.5 divided by 12. 17.5 divided by 12 means 1.46 we can say approximately. That's all. These are the answers for question number 7. So EPS is 16.8. Operating leverage is 1.3 approximately. Financial leverage is 1.125. Combined leverage is 1.458 or 46. That's it. That was question number 7. Moving on to question number 8. Operating leverage, financial leverage and combined leverage has to be calculated from the data. Situation 1 and 2, financial plan A and B. There are two different things. So combinations are there, multiple combinations are there. That is question number 8. Look at the data available first of all. Installed capacity is 4,000 units. Actual production and sales is 75% of the capacity. 3/4 means naturally 3,000 units. That is first thing. Selling price 30, variable cost 15. So naturally contribution per unit is going to be 15 rupees. Total contribution is going to be, just direct calculation, 3,000 into 15. That is 45,000 rupees. So we have got contribution. Of course, we don't show like this. In the examination, you have to show separately for computational purposes, and working notes type presentation has to be given. Anyway, fixed cost is there in different situations. Capital structure is there in different situations. So naturally, the final answers also will be different. So totally how many situations are there, that we have to be clear. We have 4 different multiple combinations. What are the 4 combinations? First thing first, situation 1, financial plan A. Let us call this S1, financial plan A. Situation 2, financial plan A. A only. Then Situation 1 financial plan B and situation 2 financial plan B. 4 possible combinations are there in each of them. So one by one we have to link them. Of course, first of all, in all the cases, sales is going to be same. That is not going to be different. So just write that in all the cases. 30 multiplied with 3000 units, 90,000. Can't we start directly with contribution? Yes, we can. But again, only for elaborate presentation we are doing like this. Sales minus variable cost. That also will be same in all the cases. So variable cost is how much? 15 rupees per unit. So 3000 multiplied with 15 rupees, 45,000 is the variable cost. So naturally, contribution is going to be 45,000. That is contribution. Then from that, fixed cost will be different in situation 1 and situation 2. Situation 1, 15,000. So wherever situation 1 is there, there you fill 15,000. Here it is situation 1. Here also it is situation 1. There only you fill 15,000. Where there is situation 2, then it is 20,000 fixed cost. So 20,000, 20,000. These are situations, 2 different situations. Now naturally, EBIT is going to be different in each case. So here it is 30,000, here it is 25,000, here it is 30,000, here it is 25,000. Then interest. Interest will not depend upon situation, it will depend upon capital structure. So financial plan A, interest will be how much? At the rate of 20% on 10,000 means 2,000. So wherever there is financial plan A, their interest will be 2,000. So here financial plan A, 2,000. Here also financial plan A, 2,000. Financial plan B, 5,000 into 10% means 1,000 only. This is financial plan B. This is also financial plan B, 1,000. So now everything will be different completely. If you look at this, all are different. Earnings before tax. Here you have 28,000, 23,000, 29,000 and 24,000. All different EBTs are there. So that's the thing. First of all, we can calculate and keep it ready so that we can find out what all 3 types of leverages are asked here. Simple. For each of the leverages, we have to just use the formula. First thing first, degree of operating leverage. Formula, contribution divided by EBIT. So 45,000 divided by 30,000. So 45,000 divided by 30,000, that will be 1.5 in this case. Second, also 45,000 divided by 25,000, that will be 1.8. Then third scenario, situation 1, financial plan B, whatever it is. Once you have written it clearly, just you need to refer to the things. 45,000 divided by EBIT is how much? 30,000. Once again, 1.5. So last one, 45,000 divided by 25,000. Same thing, it will be once again 1.8. This is degree of operating leverage. Financial leverage, EBIT divided by EBT. It will be different for each of the plans, each of the cases. So 30,000 divided by 28,000. So EBIT divided by EBT. So 30 by 28, 1.07 approximately. Then 25 by 23, 1.09. Then 30,000 divided by 29,000, 1.03. Then 25 by 24, 1.04. That is degree of financial leverage. Degree of combined leverage, straight away you can directly use this formula. Contribution divided by EBT, that is better. than multiplying operating and financial leverage, because decimals will definitely be giving us different results. So contribution 45 divided by EBT 28. 45 by 28, 1.61. 45 by 23, 1.96. 45 by 29, 1.55. 45 by 24, because contribution is anyway same in all cases, 1.875. That is the answer. So total how many calculations finally we had to do was 9 calculations. So final answer for degree of operating leverage and financial leverage and combined leverages will be this. So 1.5, 1.8, that is first situations. Then financial leverages will also be different. Combined leverages are also different. So combined leverages, if you look at, everything will be clear. So 1.61, 1.96, 1.55 and 1.87 approximately. Got it. So that is the computational aspects of leverages. So with that, we can conclude discussion on this small but very scoring topic of leverages. Remember the formula well, understand the concept well, do the application on paper, practice the questions. We'll conclude this topic, and in the next session we'll continue with another topic. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you very much.